Hello, everyone, and welcome to All on the Table RPGs. I am Jen Giggles, and I am your game master today. And today we are going to be playing Blades 68. I am. We received a test copy from Evil Hat for no cost. Anything we could do. They have a Kickstarter starting on Thursday this week for this expansion for Blades in the Dark. We will post the link to that up in the chat over the course of the game today. We'd originally planned on having our friend, the Stone GM, Cody Stone, join us. Cody, however, is in a state where there are a lot of weather issues and therefore may not be able to join us. So you'll see the blank space that way on the screen, that way on the screen. If Cody can, he will join us in the middle of the game. If not, we totally understand and we will miss him. In the meantime, however, I have with me Brew and Lee. They are both excellent players, and both of them are fairly new to the Blades in the Dark system. So we're going to have a good time. And if you watched me 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, something like that, Blades in the Dark is not my primary way of playing in this system, but I do enjoy the setting because any James Bond film really I kind of like. And that's this retro futurism of this setting is just fun. So we're going to get going here. The first thing we need to do, though, is build our crew because our players have their teams, but we don't have a crew for them yet. So without the crew, so what kind of a crew are we going to be is our most important question.
Yes.
And
I should bring up the book.
yeah, you might want a copy of this, and it's not a full copy of the book. It is a unedited text only version. So like the Kickstarter is going to get more art for it, is going to help get the editing and the layout cleaned up and make it look amazing. And there is a preview available on Drive-Thru right now, and on their website. You can get it either spot. It's in both places if you want to get a preview of it. It's like 40 pages out of nearly 500. It's like 445 in the text only. So when all is said and done, you're looking at like nearly a 500-page PDF if it expands as they edit it. So,
yeah.
In the meantime, we want to talk about crew. We've got dealers, pushers who acquire and sell illicit products such as drugs, literature, paranormal experiences, or any other contraband. I am getting a echo from Brew or from Lee. I'm not sure which. I think it's coming through on Brew's. I'm seeing that audio move.
Oh, okay. What if I do this?
Nope, that's not coming through you. It's got to be coming through.
I mean, I'm muted as well.
Is it coming through me? Am I? Oh, hang on. I was the problem.
Okay, at least we solved it. You know, you can't have a stream without tech issues. That doesn't work. Now it's a real stream.
Okay. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. It was my phone was loud enough I could hear it picked up on the mic. So it's not anybody else. It was my phone, which I'm running, a copy of the stream on because we all do that anyway. Yeah. See, the joys of live streaming versus doing it, We've got the Hit Squad, professional killers for hire.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Militants, are you revolutionary activists? Are you
Mm,
racers, seekers, and daredevils who execute smuggling operations, hijackings, hot pursuits, and compete in dangerous races? I think we know what extremely long film franchise that started in like 98 or 99, I forget which year, is the reason for that. And then there's 11 movies in it now, I think. Shadows, infiltration experts who specialize in elaborate heists and high stakes espionage. This is your Ocean's 11 and Italian job crews.
there you go.
And utopians, esoteric cults working towards a utopian dream. They may start with good intentions, but they're on a dark road to damnation.
Yep. That's how it always starts.
So, the type of crew you want to be, we got to work on that. Which one is it, huh? In the meantime, let me load up a couple quick things.
Yeah, so what do you think?
I mean, I could see Shadows being very fun.
Shadows could be fun. I don't think we're much on the way of militants, just because we have an although you never specify what you're an operative of. And
That's true. That's true.
yeah.
And if
Some
Cody...
of that is up to
Yeah.
me.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
I am a part of a certain faction called the Burn Corps, which is a radical militant arm of Burning Orange, the Sorosi Social Activism Collective, dedicated to armed self-defense against bluecoats, bluecoat brutality. So
Yeah.
we could see it. We could see it.
I have bluecoats as the enemy, but as one of my, I get 2 friends and an enemy because I get extra friends. But one of my enemies is, if I recall correctly, a bluecoat. He's just annoying, and but
that sounds like it aligns with my faction, because they are dedicated to armed self-defense against the bluecoat brutality, or against bluecoat brutality. I guess I'm interpreting that in a very certain way according to my personal values. Okay. But, it's a game open to interpretation, I'm seeing.
That is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, so okay, maybe not militants. We can like say no. I love the idea of racers, but neither of us is I think a swinger like playbook. And they come with a car.
Cars are useful, but thing about that is if you walk everywhere, everyone along the route knows you, and you know everyone along the route. And then if something happens, it's good to have the connections, because then if you walk every day, you see them, and then if something's off, you can ask about it, and then you can massage that information into your map of, who's in the neighborhood and who needs what they might need, And then if you know somebody who has what they need, and then you can pull favors, and it works out great. But it's what we do. But anyway, that racers is a possible. But I'm thinking either pusher maybe. I was thinking pushers or shadow maybe.
Or the dealers. Okay. Okay.
Dealers or shadows. The last time we did this, week and a half-ish ago, they picked shadows.
Ooh. So maybe we should, for fun, we could pick dealers.
Do something else.
And then they wound up in the dealers focused cold open, which was very entertaining. And that was their choices.
Okay.
So
also classic, I mean, Lee, hear me out. Classic hit squad.
Okay.
Could be fun.
Yeah, we could go hit squad.
But yeah, doesn't he really speak strongly to you?
I'm okay with hit squad then. Let's do it. Take out what needs to be taken out. Sometimes the best solution is a bullet to the back of the brain. It's not elegant, and it's, a last resort, but sometimes that's what people need, and then they, sometimes that's people pay good money for the right people to die, and honestly, sometimes they had it coming, and so
That's
even
what I say. Sometimes they had it coming.
they had it coming. They had it coming. They only had. All right, we have to stop. 7 seconds, right? That's the rule.
Yes,
That's right.
seconds.
Because I remember, because one of my players in the game when we used to do the Saturday games, one of the players was a bard of sort who, and we were like, nope, no more than 7 seconds. Oh, that was a fun game. That's it.
I apparently have learned this week that I'm not supposed to use periods when I'm typing because it's seen as brusque and rude in chats. And I'm
That
like,
is no, that's the youth people thing. Don't.
that's what I'm telling people. I'm old. I use punctuation.
Yes. Yeah, I had a whole debate with a friend of mine, or not a debate. We both agreed on that. But my take was, it's okay if you don't. I understand that, but if I'm gonna respect your right to, your dialectic variant on typing, you have to respect that I want to have full, nice sentences with,
Yeah.
punctuation.
All right. So,
Okay.
stacks
All right, hit squad.
are money. You've got 2 stacks in your coffers.
Ooh. Stacks. It's pretty good.
And so there is a crew sheet. I'm not building one. We're not going to build up one because this is not because
Campaign.
typically crew creation will take like a couple of hours minimum.
Like a session 0 kind of thing.
Kind of like a session 0 kind of thing. You build your characters, build your crew together, and then you run a cold open or a start of a campaign that is on its own that the game master writes.
Yeah.
I forget the term they use in this for game master, storyteller,
Yeah. The GM, I think, is the generic
game manager. I've seen that one a lot recently. Game manager.
Or my friend would like to have games operational director. Or just referee.
Referee, I like. Games operational director sounds like I work for like Wizards or Paizo.
No,
or
but when you
Evil Hat running something.
Yeah, well, no, but if you abbreviated it, GOD.
Yeah, no.
That's why I preferred it. But yeah, referee.
So you as a crew, you have a reputation, and you get to choose what reputation you have. You choose one or create your own that's similar. We're just going to choose one. And you earn XP when you bolster your crew's reputation. It's another cue to indicate what sort of action you want in your game. Ambitious, calculating, stubborn, flashy, freewheeling, menacing, daring, subtle, strategic, honorable, eccentric, relentless, ruthless, loyal, tenacious, professional, deceptive, and groovy.
Eccentric or honorable would be good ones, but
you get to pick only one.
Right. So, what do you think? Eccentric, honorable, always good. Does it have a mechanical effect, or is it just flavored?
It does. It is a bit flavor, but your mechanical effect is you bolster your reputation, so you gain XP. So if you do something that fits this, you gain XP during the session, kind of thing.
Okay, so it's what we get extra XP for if we.
It really won't affect us today, but it's a good hint. Like, you guys want to be ruthless, you're playing a John Wick style game. If you're in the way, you're dead, right? But if you want to play somebody that's flashy, well, then you're going to play like Now You See Me style game, like the movie Now You See Me. If you want somebody that's calculating, or deceptive, then you're leaning towards like Mission Impossible style, right?
Yeah.
So something that's you got to build up layers of things to happen kind of setup.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I have the brains as a player to build layers.
Some of that's on
Uh,
the game master to build them up, but also, yeah, the players need to, because you do flashbacks like Mission
Yeah.
Impossible. Oh, I flash back to see this, and this were all set up, and I never got to see how they were set up in the first place. Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm leaning toward honorable or eccentric.
Okay.
do you think?
Ooh. Honorable hitman. Or hit squad. An eccentric hit squad.
Okay. Okay, nabbit microphone again.
I get, you
There
know
we go.
what? Maybe it's eccentric. What do you think, Lee?
Yeah, eccentric hit squad.
Yep.
All right.
Well, if you'd picked Groovy, it'd be Austin Powers. So
Yes.
Yeah, baby. Oh, that was my favorite movie. My mother let me watch it when I was like 6, and that was a bad idea. But most of it went over my head until like 20 years later. I'm like, oh. Okay.
oh yeah, that came out when I was already in high school. So none of the jokes went over my head. Yeah.
It was a fun one. The later
It was a
ones weren't as
great
good.
movie. The first one was great. The second one was I never saw the third one.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're eccentric.
Okay. So the the next question is, what kind of base are you going to have? This is a tier 0 base. Your base can be leveled up over the course of a campaign. So are you going to be in an abandoned department store, a underground bunker complex that somebody abandoned, a gloomy warehouse at the docks, the floors above or below a smoky lounge or bouncing nightclub?
I would say nightclub because one of my people is Mira, and she runs the nightclub, and I kind of tied my backstory into her. So I think she'd let us have she's sort of an ex, and then she hooked up with a friend while I was in prison, and then that friend transitioned, and it was a whole thing. But we're still on really good terms, and she'd probably let us use the upper floors of the nightclub, honestly.
Let's use them. Let's do
Or
it.
do you want to be in the basement? Upper floors or basement? If we have upper
Hmm.
floors, can we have a fire escape down the back?
Yeah, it's upper floors.
Yeah,
with
there
the
can
fires.
be a fire escape if you want to go that way. Because otherwise you're looking
Otherwise, we have to go
a
through.
decrepit mansion or like a junkyard with an auto body shop kind of thing. If you were racers, I'd definitely say the junkyard and auto body shop are
Yeah,
top
oh yeah, for sure.
choices, But
I think the upstairs of the nightclub could be fun.
Yeah, let's do upstairs with the fire
nightclub.
escape.
Yeah, because we have to be able. Well, I mean, we could go down through the nightclub, but it's good to be able to get in and out if we have to not go through.
Yeah.
Or one of us goes through and one doesn't, so they're confuzzled about which one if it's both of us or both of us. And that's the puzzle a little bit. Which doesn't do anything because we're sneaking up on them anyway. But it's
all
fun.
right.
We're eccentric. We use both entrance and exits.
Swing both ways. Yeah. Cool.
So you get 2 pieces of flair. No, not the pins that you have to wear at a job in office space. We're talking about fun things that exist in your base that you can use. When you go up in tier, you add another piece. There's a long list of them, but you've chosen the space above a nightclub, so that's going to limit you. You maybe there's a bar or a discotheque. If you lived in a mansion or a house, if your base was a mansion or a house of some kind, a conversation pit with shag carpet would really fit.
That would be fun.
Out of all the 60s design choices, that's the one that should have stuck around.
Yes, the conversation pits are, especially if you pile them full of pillows. I want one so bad.
But you can have a professional kitchen, a dining room, a library, cinema, swimming pool, aquarium, conference rooms, wine cellar, observatory, conservatory, trophy room, communications hub. these kinds of things. If you're looking in the book, it's page 89. Pick
89.
2.
All right. But that is good. I want to have at the very least a wheel, one of those. They make them. Well, they're originally for hamsters, but they make them cat-sized too, for Sin to run around.
Yes, exercise
a
wheel.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know if that counts as let's see.
That would be a training room. Something
Okay.
where
Well,
you
then it
could
would have
extra-
like a punching bag for us too, so we can practice
yes.
as well. I could.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe I don't know. I love the trophy room with the glass cases and spotlighting.
That could be fun.
What kind of trophies?
At
I
this
don't
point,
know.
0.
Yeah, 0. Yeah.
That's why having a trophy room might be one to choose later in a normal game.
Fair.
Okay. Okay.
A communications hub is always a good first choice.
Yes.
Because it
Communication
gives
hub
you
is good.
access to communication.
Let's
Yeah,
do
we
it.
definitely want to have at least a land. We don't have cell phones, but can we have like a back phone or something, or is it only landlines?
Well, I mean, they've got telephones, radios,
maybe.
plasmovision sets, and not just televisions, plasmovisions. So you can do like 3D stuff if you really wanted to. They kind of
Ooh.
had that in some of the James Bond movies at one point.
Yeah, but it would if we have a telephone, it'd be a landline, right?
Yeah. But you can also have radios. So
Right, walkies. Yeah, but that's pretty limited range, right? And even if it weren't limited range, it would still only be contra between us, which would kind of limit what we could do.
yeah.
Although there's probably payphones if we absolutely have to contact somebody else.
Yeah, you've got all kinds of things that existed in the 60s that no longer do.
Yes. Yeah, I actually looked up the history of food delivery briefly to see if that made sense as a character background. And it has existed. It was a thing in the 60s. So
it does, yeah. It really does.
Yeah. Apparently 1890s were like the very beginning in Mumbai. But okay. So we have a communication center and a training room with punching bags and the exercise wheel for Sin, because she's my sweet. She needs a little thing.
Yeah.
Also communication hub.
Yeah. So communication hub and an exercise space. So
Yeah.
like it's not listed, but a training room definitely exists as an option in this kind of a thing, right? So okay, so that's what you start with. Now you want to define your hunting grounds. So your crew is brand new, but you've chosen some small part of a district as your hunting grounds. These are the places where you are just starting out working.
Sure.
This is the area that you usually target for your scores, and you know it well. Your hunting grounds don't have to be in the same district as your base. You can hunt elsewhere. The area is small, only 3 or 4 city blocks, but it's still claimed by somebody. The GM will tell you which faction is your local ward boss. Then you decide how to deal with them. Are you going to give your ward boss 1 stack out of your 2 stacks of money in exchange for giving you room to work? Are you going to pay them both of your stacks of money as a show of respect and gain +1 status with them? Or are you going to keep your money and take a -1 status penalty? Your ward boss is the district's run by the Phoenix. They're just a local, one of the local mid-level gangs. They report to somebody else even. But there's always crews everywhere running everything.
Yeah.
So in this case, you'd be running in Phoenix territory.
Okay. I would say give them 1 stack just because they might need, because they might want plausible deniability on someone who may or may not have died. and if they want plausible deniability and they'd like and we're in their territory anyway, as a show of respect, like, yeah, we're working in territory, but we're not poaching. Like, if we work together.
I mean,
Show
if you give them one stack, they're just gonna give you some room. They're not gonna fight with you.
Good.
If you keep them both stacks, well, you'll move up in their esteem, and they might even approach you to do jobs for them, kind of thing.
They're not approaching us just yet unless we give both.
Yeah.
Once we're a little better known, they might, but that's later.
Yeah,
Yes.
your reputation will change, and then your status with that, you can shuffle and eventually even, like, take over a gang kind of thing. The way Blades in the Dark and Blade 68 functions is still very similar, as you're shuffling up and down within the status of gangs.
I think that's the right way to go.
One, yeah. Just
one stack.
We don't want trouble. Yeah. Don't court trouble.
Yeah. Okay, one stack. You guys have you're being mostly left alone with that group.
All right. One less complication.
And you can acquire turf elsewhere, and operation type. You can also choose new, how you operate and that kind of thing. There's a lot of options in here that we're just gonna breeze over.
Okay. Do we have to choose the hunting grounds, or do we kind of have for this?
At this point, you're kind of set aside. I'm not building a city map. I'm not where there's no city map for us to work from. We're just letting it sit, kind of.
Perfect.
Mind. Kinda. Okay.
Yeah.
Mind.
At a certain point, you may wish to supplant your ward boss. If you become that, you start getting ties. We're not there. We're not doing that part. You also gain crew upgrades.
Ooh.
So for each crew type has 2 pre-selected upgrades that suit the crew. You get to add 2 additional upgrades to your new crew. And you have a crew. When I say crew, you've got a group of like 10 to 12 guys that you can call on to work with, kind of concept, right? Or maybe it's 5 to 6, depending on how big, how specialized your area of expertise is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you get fun things and extra things, right? So crew upgrades, those are a little further down. We're not too serious about it, and you can choose a favorite contact, right? Who do you call on your created list of allies? You gain 1 status with them, plus 1 status with them. If one faction is unfriendly with your contact, you'll get a -1 status with them. So it's all these factions. It's a lot of stuff to run these, but we're skipping over that. You still get to pick your crew upgrades. You get 2 automatically based on what you picked. It's not listed here, but no big deal. You get to pick 2 of these. Are you going to have a cohort? Your cohort is a gang or single expert NPC who works for your crew. You may get more, there may be additional cohorts, kind of thing. You can have egghead scientists. You can have scholars, scientists, tinkerers, hustlers. They're the con artists, undercover agents, socialites, muscle, heavies, brawlers, thugs. And they don't have to match you to be part of the cohort, kind of thing. But, so you've got things like that. You can have a lounge and quarters. So your layer all of a sudden gains a lounge area where your crew, that gang that you have that kind of shows up and comes and goes, can hang out at the end of the day. Mastery, your crew has access to master level training. You may advance your PC's action ratings to 4. That doesn't exist yet, kind of thing. Quality, you get extra quality items, that kind of thing. I think we have Cody joining.
Do we have Cody joining? Maybe. Secret. Okay, so training.
Okay.
Oh, we might need a van. A van would be helpful.
We're gonna need a van.
Yeah, van
Yeah.
help you your transport autopod, big enough for the whole crew and their gear.
Yeah, I was gonna say not having a van's kind of like it's good to have an mobile operations. We got a van.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
not getting any. I see audio, but I'm not hearing anything. If you're talking, Cody, and I have no. Okay,
Hi.
there we go. All right, that's okay. We'll
Yes.
get your audio in, and you know, we mentioned weather may have some peculiarities that were affecting your ability to get here on time.
My sincerest apologies, but I am glad to be here.
Yeah. Welcome on in.
Yay.
Are you cool with playing a hit squad?
Absolutely.
All right. Good.
I make
Yeah.
them go boom.
Yeah.
So
All right.
that's what we were, and we have. So far, we're a hit squad, and we have the floor. We have the floor above the mansion, not floor above the nightclub.
Yeah, your base is is space above a nightclub.
Okay.
Yeah. And we have a fire
Fantastic.
escape at the back that we can go come and go.
Note the
Without-
fire escape. It's cool. It's cool and important. Yeah.
All right.
It's important.
I am excited to escape fires.
Yeah.
When
we also
nightclubs
have-
are involved.
Truly.
Yeah. We also have an exercise room, and the other one was a trophy room. No, communications hub. We have a communications hub. We can change that to something else but we're kind of keeping the communications hub because we need that, I figure. But we really don't like the training room. We could probably switch it to something else.
Yeah.
But that's
So far, it all sounds great. I am completely on board.
Cool.
I'm going to try to. Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Don't do that.
Yes, that is the correct answer for anything involving technology. All right. So other than the van, what are you guys going to pick? Do you want like a vault to store, you know, you can have up to 8 stacks of money saved and hidden in the vault. That means you can't get that stolen.
always helpful.
Security systems, you can put security cameras and stuff around your lair kind of thing.
Hmm.
So you get a +1D to the engagement roll, and you always have access to a minimum of 4 load. Load is how much gear you can load up with for any event that happens. You don't have to pick all of your load ahead of time. You can always call for a flashback to say, hey, I packed that piece of equipment. Because Blades in the Dark is all about flashbacks.
Right. But once you say you packed something, you can't. It's canonically part of that and cuts
Yes.
against your
Yes.
load.
Yeah. What about a security system?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, I love.
Camouflages-
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say camouflages are kind of like because we're with them. You know what I mean? So it's kind
Yeah.
of above. It's not like a separate house. Did you want a security system though?
I'm not married to it. Mostly, like, I love the training upgrade, but yeah, I think because it's a one shot, I am not worried
Yeah.
about that kind.
Not
You
gonna
know,
help us much.
like the vault and the training. I'm like, oh, they sound so cool, but yeah,
Workshop.
Ooh, workshop could be very useful.
Could be very useful. Kind of a basic, like one of those old school, like computers, like what is it?
You know, anything that you're. Oh, there we go. Got camera for Cody. Nice.
Success.
Success. Welcome on in.
yay!
All right. Yeah, so it's pretty much whatever you're looking for, whatever you've got. You can increase the result of the roll by 1 when you're working on an invention or long-term project.
Ooh, fun.
So kind of you've got basic equipment and like, you know, funky things like tape recorders and a basic computer because they're brand new in the 60 in Blade 68. It's not. It's post transistor retrofuturism. So
Lee, was your other suggestion secret base?
Secret? Oh yeah, secret. So we can't raid. I'm kind of because I think it thematically fits with the fact that we're kind of up there, so it would be harder to figure out, like, because it's not a freestanding structure.
Yeah, I love secret base. What do you think, Cody?
Secret base sounds fantastic to me. Who
okay.
doesn't love a good secret base?
We got a
Yes, we got a
van.
van and a well-disguised base, which is the second floor of a nightclub, run by Brunio's ex, Brunio. No joke. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you've got your and you get a cohort, right? If and we don't really need to cover that unless you want to, depending and that'll depend on which one of the cold opens you pick.
Ah.
And there's some edges and flaws for cohorts, things that aren't super useful in a one shot. But long term, if we were to play a campaign, you'd definitely go through them all.
Yeah, I had to kind of go through that because Sin counts as a cohort, kind of.
Oh.
Yes.
She can't do anything like too crazy because she's ferret, so she can't like go to the library and do research for us or anything. But she can pick locks and stuff. She's smart. I also gave her flaws that were panicky and was it hedonistic. I have there's a couple of things that I said I can get for 0 load.
Yeah, and so and as a hit squad, you automatically gain starting upgrades of training, prowess, and cohort gang muscle. Every one of the groups, every setup, you gain a cohort of some kind. Yours happens to be muscle.
Okay, so got an extra enforcer type.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you get to choose what your favored operation type is. In the case of a hit squad, you do accidents. No obvious trace that it was, a hit squad that did something.
Yeah.
Disappearance. They just vanish without a trace.
Oh.
Murder. Obvious sends a message. Or ransom. Kidnapping and demand for payment for the return. Whatever your favorite operating type is. It's okay. And it gives you a list of contacts, people that you would know in addition to what you build as your as characters.
Right. Okay.
And you can have assassin rigging as an upgrade as one of the upgrades you can pick, which means you get 2 free load worth of weapons or gear items. Elite infiltrators, all of your cohorts with the infiltrators type get +1 die to rolls for infiltrator related actions. Elite muscle, all of your cohorts with the muscle type get 1d to quality to muscle related actions. And deep, each PC gets +1 key / deadlock box, meaning they can each take another key, which can become another deadlock that costs. And keys are a specific thing to Blades in the Dark, and protecting your gear, money, and things like that. But that's not something I've had the opportunity to play with because I spend most of my time in the other system.
Yeah.
So, and you can see there's the claims, things you've pulled off. Did you do a friendly ink rake? City records. And so these are things that you work your way through to build up stuff that's in the pages 109 and 110 in the book if you're looking through it. And each thing you do gets you something for your tiers and your crew and all of that. But that's not where we, start out with. So and there's the personal business and how you take care of things. And we're pretty solid at where we were, so we're going to skip over that. And we're going to jump right to the cold opens. There are 3 cold opens from you to choose from because the last group picked one, and I'm not doing that twice.
Okay.
The Alluvium Affair. The crew finds themselves in a stolen autopod under hot pursuit with valuable contraband in the back seat and no client to give it to.
Ooh.
The Frame Up. A simple job collecting a package from a go-between goes explosively wrong. The cutout is dead and the PCs are stitched up. And Escaping the Mind's Eye. The crew wakes up inside a resonance field. Another faction has captured them and is attempting to mine their echoes for resonance energy and information.
Ooh.
So the resonance field is this psychic barrier thing that exists.
Cool.
It's where psychic powers and things that get involved. So which of those 3 cold opens would you want to do?
I like 1 and 2 better than 3.
I
But
agree.
Okay.
I think 1 could be fun. We've got a thing. We're supposed to give it to someone, and then he turned out he was already dead, which is kind of annoying because we kill people. But now we have whatever it is. We got to figure out something to do with it. Sure, and it was somebody who wants it. Just gotta not die getting it. Which is the.
Would you mind repeating the second one?
The second one is The Frame Up. A simple job collecting a package from a go-between goes explosively wrong. The cutout is dead and the PCs are stitched up.
It said explosive, and the radical in me wanted to double check, but I think the first one sounds fantastic. I am on board.
All right.
Sure. So the crew finds themselves in a stolen autopod under hot pursuit with valuable contraband in the back seat and no client to give it to.
Of course not.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. So
let's do it.
all right. Starting, it's a beautiful day with a brilliant blue sky above. You're in a yellow autopod soaring through the air over Candle Bridge, Crowfoot. Behind you is a psychedelic bloom of colors, an anomaly eruption, an explosive tear in reality. Which of you is in the back seat? You're holding a heavy canister filled with a glowing, pulsating, viscous liquid, pure alluvium, the very substance of the resonance field, quantum instability in physical form, rare, unstable, valuable. Which of you is driving? You have the location for the client handoff pinned to the dashboard, scrawled on a piece of paper. The handwriting disappears before your very eyes and from your memory at the same time. Anomaly eruptions are a hell of a thing. None of you remember the first half of the score. Reality has been altered. The client no longer exists, and neither does the handoff.
All right.
Woo!
Okay.
I will hold on to the vastly unstable material in the back. Absolutely. I'm just sort of peering down at it. The little bit of the shaggy hair in that Cade has, he kind of flips and tosses and makes sure that it's out of his eyes as he's looking down and into the twisting reality. And he checks the bandolier that is across his chest with the multiple sort of small explosives. And even while he's looking out the window and trying to make sure they're safe, in the back of his brain, the gears are turning of how to make go boom. Reality go boom.
Not make it.
Yes. Yeah. So that's.
I think, and at this point, we've been a crew for a little bit, right? Like
Yeah.
You
We've
know
known for
each
the
other,
photo.
but you don't necessarily remember exactly how you met anymore. In
Mhm.
fact, each of you is losing a memory as part of
Oh.
this.
Oh.
Do you lose a cherished moment from your childhood? A contact from your character sheet that you forget? The identity of someone close to you, like a parent or a lover? The memory of something terrible you once did? Write it down and then cross it out. You know it, but your character doesn't.
Cool.
All right.
And you get a glimpse of your future. So you're going to write this down, mention what this memory is and cross it out. And then you're going to get a glimpse of the future and you're going to say, what do you see of yourself? Do you have a scar, a missing limb, eye, something that's changed about you in the future? Something more subtle, like a visible change in demeanor. Do you wear or dress completely differently? Is there an item you carry that is gone, or are you now carrying something you've never seen before? Think about those. I don't need to know them. This is a cold open one shot, but that's how this particular one sets up for a much more interesting long-term campaign.
That is very cool.
I like the Alluvium Affair. I would play this one in a heartbeat. Out of the four of them, this one and this one and the last one, numbers 1 and 4 out of the list. So 1 and 3 of the ones I read you. Those are the two that really intrigued me the most. So your autopod slams back to Earth and hurls towards the end of the bridge. Two autocycles appear, one in each side, the riders pulling pistols. Up ahead is a roadblock manned by thugs in jumpsuits. You hear the wail of sirens. 3 autopods. 3 cop autopods giving chase behind you.
Okay. Which one of us is... We established that... let's see.
In the driving seat?
Yeah, which one of us is driving?
Okay.
That was my question.
So which one of you which one of you two is driving? I need to know that.
Vastly
yeah.
unstable explosive things back here.
Yes.
Ah!
Cade, yes. And Cade is he, him?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Cade's in the back. Okay. So he's in the back. Who is Digsby driving or is Brunio?
I have pretty good prowl. That means we traverse skillfully and quietly, which is not happening right now. But
that's a good question. Which one of us would be? What do I got? So, I have finesse. Would that be the kind of action that would be used for driving?
Finesse can work for driving. Yeah, you can argue for almost anything.
Okay.
Finesse seems pretty good. I almost think you're the driver.
Okay.
Borneo.
Okay.
All right. Brace, everyone. Hold tight. We're down.
So
okay,
here's
question about autopods. Do they usually go in the air, or are they usually on the ground? Or
they're everywhere.
Right, but can they travel through the air, or do they travel along the ground?
Both.
Both.
Yeah. Your particular autopod is also able to fly at the moment, at least that particular one. But here's the thing. There's only 2 of you in the car. Brew, your character is somewhere else. Are you...
What?
You could be in the car if you want to, or you could be on a nearby rooftop, or somewhere else in the city entirely. Perhaps already trying to organize a new buyer since you've forgotten who the buyer was and realize you need to find one. Like, well, they're on a job and I need a buyer for them. Why are they doing the job before we have a buyer? I got to go find a buyer. Or maybe you're in the car with them. It's up to you.
Do we have radio contact with Brew and or
yes, you chose to have
Digsby.
a communication sub, so you do have radios.
So where is Digsby? That's a question.
I think Digby's on a nearby roof, looking down and seeing the. Did you say, Jen, like two like motorcycle type?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And
then
the cops coming behind. Yeah.
And maybe there was a blockade ahead. Is that what you said?
And there's a blockade ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Is the blockade why we can't be in the air? Is that like, is there some sort of...
No, your reality's altering. Your vehicle stopped being able to fly.
Fudge. Okay, I think the anomaly
the anomaly has all kinds of abilities.
Yeah. I can't get shoot. Yeah, the booster's gone. I think we're in a ground only auto car right now, which we weren't before, but that's okay. Brace. Seatbelt. Hold tight. Do not let that thing tip over, or please don't.
You
do the best you can.
Yeah, Cade kind of wraps his legs around it, like he's sitting Indian style on the back seat, and he's holding the roof to just kind of wedge himself in wherever he can.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the rooftop, can I potentially do a survey roll? Observe the situation, anticipate outcomes. Maybe there's a side street I can radio in and say, take a hard left now.
I mean, sure. So your goals are to escape with your lives, find a new buyer, and complete the handoff.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I said we focus on part number 1 first.
Part 1 first.
So
yep.
You can make a spot roll. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. You see up on the rooftops, Digby Ransom, with a black turtleneck, wearing that's underneath a large a trench coat, ankle boots, thick black glasses, and currently leather gloves on, looking through. And I can add this to my load if we want binoculars. And I will roll. I have 1 point in survey, and I rolled a 4.
So that gives you 2 die.
It gives me 2 just for the 1
dot. As long as you
dot.
have a dot, you get a second die no matter what.
Oh, okay, cool. So I will roll. So I rolled a 4. I'll roll again to see if I can roll higher, and a 3. So I'll take the 4.
Okay. So you've noticed as you're doing your survey that you've got the lounge rats. You've clashed heads with them a few times. They're in the same district as you under the Phoenix. And they also run a club. And so you've kind of your crews have butted heads a few times over whose club is better, whose club is the right one kind of thing. But the lounge rats are alluvium huffers. They love going into those paranormal. They do more paranormal things than you do. So that's who's on the bikes. You've spotted their logo on the crew on the bikes. But up ahead, you've noticed that Zentara Farm, they're a corpo faction, is running the roadblock. They're trying to get their hands on that because raw alluvium will make really nice products of any kind. And there's a manufacturer of drugs. They want more stuff to make quality drugs of all kinds. So that's what they're there to stop you and get their hands on it. But behind you, the Ministry of Stability are the ones chasing you. They're the people who try to manage and limit anything involving the paranormal and alluvium anywhere, and make sure that it doesn't interfere with reality. And so that's who's behind you, chasing you down. So we have clocks because this is Blades in the Dark. It is a clock-filled game.
Right.
You have 4 ticks to get past, to evade the authorities chasing you. You have 6 ticks to get rid of the auto cycles, and then 6 ticks to get a buyer. And that functions simultaneously. So it can be a bit of a struggle sometimes. So you've successfully rolled, you've spotted who's chasing, and you need to get between the roadblock and the exploding bridge. You got to get out of there. So yeah, you're gonna have to get past everything. So Brew, you made a roll. You rolled a 4 to set things off. Okay. You do spot a road, like you're at the bridge, but there's a off ramp on the bridge that goes to a lower level of the bridge. And so that's what you're radioing ahead?
Sure. Yeah. If that's an option.
Okay. That's all you see is that up ahead, there's a ramp to one of the lower bridge levels.
Cool.
Because if you've been to New York, you know that Brooklyn and Queensboro bridges, they're multi-level.
Yeah. I come in harsh on the radio and shout into it, you need to take the lower road. It's right ahead. And see what they do.
Okay, I see it. Okay. Yeah, you might be right. That's the best option. Okay. So, I would argue that driving, as you said, we could use finesse. Because consort doesn't make a lot of sense, but finesse, I could use finesse for driving.
Yeah, you can use finesse for driving.
So my move would then be to, I'm going to, because I guess we're on the ground bound now, which kind of sucks. Helpful to be able to fly, but we're gonna go down that, and then hard. How close are we to the edge of the bridge?
The ramp is the edge of the bridge.
Okay.
The ramp is on the edge to go down to the next level and merge in.
The bridge is kind of dissolving behind us.
Yeah, the bridge is kind of sort of falling apart. Yeah.
So we couldn't pull a hard and go backward.
No, not really.
Been helpful. Cool. Okay. So plan is pull the car, pull it down to the lower level, and then and the blockade is just blocking the upper level?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
the blockade was just on the upper level.
All right. So we pull, and ideally, how many lanes of traffic do we have?
How many lanes of traffic do you have?
Yeah, is the bridge a single lane, or is it like 2 or 3, and how many going in which direction?
That's a great question.
Because if it's 2 going in one direction, 2 in another, our best bet might be to hop, like, kind of see if we can't hop it over the, I don't know if that's, you can do that with a car, but kind of like.
There are 3 lanes in each direction.
3 lanes in each direction. All right, so my goal is I'm going to yank hard and leave the car. Maybe if we have to bang a few of them, it's not our car, it's fine. Just so that we're a lane or 2 over from where the ramp comes in.
Okay.
So that
roll your finesse.
When the pursuit, what?
Roll your finesse.
Okay. I have 1 dot, so I get 2 and take the higher.
Yep.
Okay. Five.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, you do pop over a couple of lanes. So you've managed to clear one line of avoiding the authorities. So that's a good thing for you. But traffic down here is a little slower. So you're going to have to deal with, because you've been slowed down, you've got to deal with the guys with guns.
Okay.
So now that leaves us with Cody. What are you going to do for the guys that are the auto cycles that are next to you?
Absolutely. So we got the both sides.
Yep, there's one on each side, and they're going to be shooting at you.
Okay, great. Then I'm going to with the alluvium canister in the legs, Indian style. I'm gonna look around, I'm gonna grab one of the throwing knives that I will add to my layout,
Okay.
to my loadout, and I'm gonna quickly. I'll grab some tape, and I'm gonna tape it to one of the explosives off of my bandolier,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna open the canister, and I'm gonna dip just like the tip of the knife in the alluvium,
Okay.
and I'm gonna stick my head out and throw the knife so that it is in front of the car. I would like it to explode and us to go up, just sort of to the top, and they can shoot at each other.
Okay.
Or like
Okay.
Yeah,
jump the
yeah,
car
to like
with
bump the
a
car.
bomb.
Yeah,
With the aluminum
exactly.
bomb.
Yeah, I want to make the car go right,
Okay.
and because
I
they're
guess.
shooting and like bullets are coming, but if you're not there, then they shoot at each other. I don't know. Sounded
Okay.
fun.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll. What do you want to roll for that?
How about wreck? Or I think I can roll anything else you would like, but I'm making a boom, so that's why I was thinking.
Making a boom, and you want to use wreck because it's gonna boom. Okay. Yeah. You can
Okay.
go ahead. Roll wreck.
Okay, so that's I have 2 dots, so that's 3 dice.
3 dice. Keep the highest.
All right. That is a 5.
Okay. So you do pop up, but the explosion, because of the alluvium, does funky things and kind of makes things disappear in the
Sure.
meantime.
Yeah.
And one of the auto cycles becomes an auto pod with 3 guys in it.
Okay.
So they've got an extra shooter in there now, as opposed to just one guy. But they didn't shoot at each other because the bullets disappeared as part of the changing reality of the situation.
I'm gonna get us a buyer. I'm not saying it's gonna be a good buyer, but I'm gonna get us a buyer. I'm just gonna start prepping my next little little adventure here.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah. So you've still got, the auto cycles after you, and you've got the authorities that have also joined the chase down on that level. And they're following along, but they're a little further behind. So
can I do a flashback?
Sure.
Can we have, this is a car chase, like can we have prepped like mirrors at some point? Like we probably clipped them to the back windshield just in case emergencies right when we got in, and they come down, and then they so that the reflection screws with the vision of whoever's chasing us.
Okay. Sure.
I don't know what that would be, but just a thought.
Are you going to use that on the? Are
but-
you going to use that on your on the the shooters? Or are you going to use that on the? So are you using that on the lounge rats, or are you using that on the Ministry of Stability?
I think Ministry of Stability, because lounge rats, we can slug it out with them and maybe reach a deal. Ministry of Stability, nah, not happening.
Okay.
So do you want me to roll for that, or will it work because we asked for the flashback? Or
then you do so basically what do you want to roll to have that effect work?
That is a good question. I would say consort probably would not work, right? That's more of an interpersonal.
Yeah.
I would say either survey to figure out exactly how to angle, or finesse to work it out. What do you think?
You got to make an argument. That's Blades in the Dark. You got to argue for which one
Survey
you want.
would be like kind of looking around, seeing what angle to put things at. And finesse would be able to like manipulate that while I'm also controlling this car.
So which one do you want? You got to make an argument for one or the other.
It's 6 1/2 the other, because same number of dots. I'm going to say survey.
Okay. So roll your survey to figure out how that's supposed to function and when you're customizing the vehicle before the job. Not that you remember all of this,
okay.
but it does automatically function regardless. You have a flash of,
Okay.
oh, I remember this part of the job from before the job. I had this set up,
Yes.
and you push a button to
Put
make it
this
happen.
in.
Did you set it up
Yes,
correctly is the question.
Did I set it up correctly? I got a 6 on one of the dice.
Then yeah, you did. It
it's
flaps down,
correct.
you blind, and the flashing lights of the ministry, pursuit vehicles just kind of reflect right back in their eyes. And,
Okay.
that takes down, knocks at least one of their vehicles out of commission completely because the guy can't see anything when he's driving. So you've got a couple of vehicles left there. And you've managed to get past the roadblock basically at this point because you took care of it by going to a lower level. So now you've got the auto cycles after you still. Who's going to take care of the auto cycles? Because you already did something, Lee. So it's not, you can't this turn. It's got to be one of the other two.
Yep. That's fair.
I'll keep working on it.
Okay.
And all right. So I'm gonna strap in my unstable reality baby and crawl myself into the back seat and sort of kick out the window. And I am going to I'm gonna unstrap the whole bandolier and the one that turned into the autopod, the bigger one. I'm gonna try to cause it to like spin out and crash into the other person with my booms.
Okay.
If I make them booms, and I'm gonna use total dedication.
Okay.
When I roll a desperate action, I get a +1 die. I also roll -1 die on any resistance against the consequences of my actions.
Yep.
So this sounded pretty desperate. So I'm gonna roll 3, so 4d6.
I mean, you're pretty early in the clock, so desperate isn't necessary.
Because
you've only had one tick on the clock so far. This is tick number 2.
Got it. I didn't realize that a desperate action was like an in mechanic sort of.
It's
thing.
Not an in mechanic, but it's a, hey, we've already failed half of the clocks. Let's try and get we need to succeed now or we've lost, right? So you've had one success on your clock. Yeah. So like, but if I failed 3 of the clocks and I have to win, then that's when you're like, oh, now we're getting desperate. So
I understand. Okay, so I rolled the 3d6 and another 5.
Okay. You do hit the vehicle with an explosive. It goes spinning out of control, hits the wall, goes boom itself, and the original auto cycle comes back out of it as opposed to totally wrecked on the, being out. So now you have back down to just 2 auto cycles after you instead of a car and a pod and a cycle. It's 2 cycles again. So nothing funky happened because of this particular situation. You did successfully reduce the danger of the situation.
Okay. Yeah, when the big explosion happens and sort of the fires there, you just see Cade sort of give like a very like an old man looking at an Alaskan vista, sort of. Ah, the motorcycle comes through.
Is the pot the alluvium is still leaking just a little? Is still leaking a little bit. So
Exactly. Yeah, he's not. He doesn't really care about why. He's just sort of like, so pretty. Oh,
it was very pretty. It was very rainbowy explosion.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And Brew, what are you going to work on? Are you gonna, start finding a buyer?
Oh gosh, I feel like my team, my hit squad's just such in a precarious situation. Like my first instinct was, we have a big white van. Like maybe I need to try and figure out a way to
They're not in the van right now. They're in a different vehicle. So
correct. So I can get in the van and like I don't know. I think my instinct is to try and help my teammates, but if it makes sense to do the fire because of the clock, like just tell me very directly.
Well, you don't have to find the buyer immediately. You can try and set up a success, a better chance of success against one of the two things in the future.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump in the van. It's my first idea. Let's go with it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and I see that where they've gone through my binoculars. I'm gonna try and find a shortcut to get to them. Potentially, I could like block off some of our pursuers. Maybe?
Okay. Sure. So, what do you want to roll for that?
Yeah. So I almost think I could see it as a prowl. It says traverse skillfully and quietly, but I think like I'm trying to sneak up in a way with the van that they wouldn't know immediately that I'm on Team Hit Squad.
Okay. So prowl. Go ahead.
Okay, awesome. And since I have 2 dots in prowl, that means I roll 3 dice or 4?
3.
Okay, cool. Let me grab them and then we roll.
Yep.
I rolled a 1, a 2, but I also rolled a 6.
You got the 6. So you successfully sneak up behind them. They don't know you're there. Your teammates know who you are, but the enemy does not. So the guy's shooting at you. Your problem with the lounge rats, they're not there. So
I radioed to my team right behind you, and they might recognize our van.
So you've got that. You're in place. So we're going to move forward into the next tick. Who's going to handle the authorities and who's going to work on auto cycles?
Where are the authorities in relation to us and the auto cycles, please?
They're behind you both.
Okay. Are they behind the van?
The van is a little bit behind the authorities.
Great. Just confirming the marching order.
Getting in front of cops with flashing lights makes you a target.
Yeah. That very sensible. Okay.
The prowl would have failed if you had only rolled a 1 and the 2 on that. You would have been in front of the cops and become a target. Also, those are the consequences, right?
Makes sense.
So rolling that 6, you're behind the authorities' vehicles. So it's kind of like van, authorities, and then a little ways up here, you've got the auto cycles running almost parallel to you two.
I would like to we're just going to keep doing weird shit. Why not? One of the radical items that is 0 load is a provocative manifesto. And I would like to, I like a good revolutionary, always have a manifesto on me. And we'll eat them when stolen, when caught. That's a callback to something else. I'm gonna dip it in the alluvium to try to make it I want 1 pamphlet to turn into like 1,000.
Okay.
And my goal here is to it says I may has potential to incite a crowd or enrage authorities. And I would like to enrage the authorities so that they come up further, closer, angrier, and start to deal with some of our the bike people that are in between us.
Okay.
I want them. So I was thinking sway, because I'm really just trying to piss people off.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, so you're using the alluvium to like
make more of them.
So like a gajillion photocopies of essentially like Communism 101 pamphlets and just dumping them
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Down with the reality keepers, or I forgot their name, but yes, essentially.
Stability. Bureau of Stability.
Stability sucks. And I'm just gonna, I feel like we're kind of with the canister. I'll take the lid off and just dip and like toss 100 and grab one and dip and toss 100 more. So I rolled a 4.
Okay.
2 3s and a 4.
2 3s and a 4. All right. So you got the 4.
Yep.
It works generally the way you want it to. A million different things start appearing. It, however, doesn't look like it came from one of the auto cycles. It looks like it came from your vehicle. Instead,
no, I was fine with it coming from our vehicle. I figured that I was gonna sandwich the motorcycle people, basically. But
yeah, and so, as you're driving, a 4th member of your team appears sitting in the seat next to you in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, you really shouldn't have thrown that pile of pamphlets out. I warned you about that the last time you did it.
And I warned you, I will eat the pamphlet, and I just stuff it in my mouth.
You don't. There's a 4th member of your team, and he knows you.
Kate takes 0 umbrage with shifting realities. He accepts reality for what it is, whenever it is. Hello, Pixie. And they're manifestos. Yeah.
Hi, Pixie.
I ate my manifesto like a good revolutionary. Yes. You look adorable. Pixie loves you. So yeah, I understand. He's completely new. He did not exist 30 seconds ago, but if he knows me, then he knows I eat my manifestos.
Okay.
Sure.
I think there's so many manifestos. I turn on the windshield wipers of the van.
Love it. I am nonplussed, completely nonplussed. New person, great.
All right. So that is happening. It is pissing off the authorities. Not good, not bad. It's just kind of a neutral tick here. So yeah, kind of a strange situation to happen, but it does. And they are rushing forward a bit more to get closer. Brew, you moved into position. What are you going to do this turn?
Oh, I didn't think that through. Just thought we got the van. The windshield wipers are on. The manifestos are flying everywhere. And I think Digby's like, God damn it, Cade. Probably knowing, yeah.
Hello.
So I assume we have blue coats between my van and my team, right?
Kind of. The Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Stability is between you and your team.
The Ministry of Stability. That's right. Ooh, boop, boop, boop. Oh gosh, we just bought this van, and I'm gonna just ram into the back of them and try and like clear them out it very obviously. I live in Minneapolis, just like a snow plow. Get them out of the way. And this would be a wreck. Now, I don't have wreck, so it's a wreck.
Yeah. Okay.
Panic. And so because I have zero dots, that means I roll. You said 1 and not the 2 and take the negative at disadvantage.
If you're gonna roll, if we follow the Blades in the Dark rules, it's roll 2 and take the lowest. So
okay. So I should roll 2 and take the lowest. All right, here we go. I'm really good at sneaking into things. I'm not good at wrecking things. So here we go. I rolled a 5 and a 3. I will take the 3 for a failure.
It's not a failure. as so much as it is a success with complication kind of situation.
A fail forward.
You're failing forward, yeah, kind of thing, yeah. So, yeah, it's what it is kind of situation. So, in this case, what you've got going on, hang on, where is my here we go. Just trying to get unfortunately, I am not good at commands in Twitch, so there is the link for Cody. So to go follow Stone Codex so that you can see more of Cody and the fun things he does off of our channel on his own. Making sure that's out there. I'm really bad at commands. I don't have any setup whatsoever. So
I was streaming with friends the other day, and I went live, and they're like, where's your starting soon screen? It's like, it's a new computer. I don't have this. I've eschewed all practicality and positive function of a streamer, and just
yeah. So as you rush forward, you kind of pass between the two remaining ministry vehicles, but you hit one of the auto cycles who bounces him back onto one of the ministry vehicles. So now you have a guy that's not from the ministry standing on the hood of the ministry car trying to shoot you while riding on the ministry vehicle. His auto cycle's gone, but he's on. Yeah. So the slight changes. And what are you gonna do this turn, Lee? What's happening there?
Okay. So this is all happening. Okay. Okay. I have a gun, right? I can gun I load. I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna have Sin. Sin, hold the wheel and just make sure it doesn't go to the side too much. Okay. I'm gonna have her hold the wheel. I'm gonna get a gun and I'm gonna shoot at. They're right by us, right?
Yeah, one of them's like right by the back side. Yeah.
So can I, if I stick gun out, like I can put the gun right out the window and pop it over?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go for like the tire of the which side is the auto cycle? Still on the auto cycle.
It can be on your side. It doesn't really matter.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna have Sin hold the wheel. Just keep it straight. It's fine. She can do it. And then I'm going to take the gun and try to shoot at the wheel.
Okay. Okay.
And let's see what could I argue that probably not consort, but could I argue a survey for lining up the shot?
Why would survey be the right choice?
Because they're all moving targets. I have to keep an eye on the road. Sin's got the wheel straight, but just kind of, but mostly it's angles. It's all like, okay, well, that one's still on the survey. That's the one I need to hit. That's how we, it's like a math of like, okay, this is what situational awareness of, okay, I have a gun. They're still there. That one's probably okay. He's on the back. Van's, we're just not going to worry much about the van right now. We're going to worry. Focus, pick targets. Okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
Go ahead, make your roll.
One survey roll. Snake eyes.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's only 1-1 though, right? You only take the highest, so it's only one run technically.
So
sometimes the dice comes up.
Your shot ricochets and the bullet hits back into your gas tank, and you start losing leaking your plasmodium.
That's flammable though. That might be useful later. But it's also gonna hurt us. So
So
I
think we're supposed to keep
you're
that on
not doing so good.
side.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's-
Yep. You're not. That's not great.
No, but sometimes the dice do come up snake eyes, and that's part of the game. So,
Yep.
what I
Yep.
got?
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna turn into something
Fine.
cool.
Fine. Something cool with that. Maybe.
Okay. So we're gonna move to we're going to the next clock. Brew's turn. What are you doing?
Okay, Digby sees this happen. We're starting to like lose fluids from that autopod that my team is in, right?
Yep.
Also, there's an extra team member in the car. Who is that? Anyway, it doesn't matter right now. I think, somehow I might try and like one-handed drive, open up the side of the van, side door, and I might like look at Sin, or if I can catch eyes with Cade and be like, get the hell in here. We better blow up that autopod that you're in. I'm going to try and just steer the car, my van, like the van that we have, near enough to the autopod. And I'm going to try and get my team offer to help get them into the van if they want to make the jump.
Okay. Okay.
If you ask me for a roll, I'll think about it.
What are you going to roll to maintain the autopod's position, your van's position next to the pod?
I guess it could be hunt, like carefully tracking a target. That could be the other car, and like I'm trying to drive. Looking. You could argue survey, observe the situation, anticipate outcomes. It doesn't feel like finesse, employing dexterous manipulation or subtle misdirection. Yeah, I think it's hunt, unless it's prowl, traverse skillfully and quietly. There's no way we can be quiet, but it could be skilled.
So which one do you want to roll?
Well, I guess I'm trying to do it skillfully. Maybe
Okay.
I'll say maybe it's a prowl.
Okay. Trying to be skillful about maintaining position and all that. Sure.
Yes. Okay. And I roll 3d6. I have a 1, a 4, and a 5. I'll take the 5.
Okay. The 5 is a success. You do get the van right next to him, door open. You're ready to get them, for your team to jump over next to you. Awesome. That's not a bad thing.
I think I click at Sin and say, Sin, come on. Cade, who the hell is that guy? And then shout to see if Cade responds.
It's Rotoscope.
Balls of light.
You don't know Rotoscope? Yeah, Rotoscope. Get in the van.
Okay, yeah, get in the van.
Rotoscope is an old college revolutionary friend. Like,
absolutely.
When you were a student years ago, this guy was like all about writing manifestos and how you could only publish one, or he was so like, no, you can only have 1 or 2 copies of every manifesto because that's how they can't find you. And he was so tinfoil hat about manifestos.
An inspiration is Rotoscope. Get in the van. Get in the van. So I'm gonna yell at him. Do I need to make a command for him to get in the van, or can I trust he's gonna at least attempt to get in the van on his own?
Make a command to get him in the van.
Okay. I will make my command. I have 1 dot, so that's 2 dice. Am I correct in understanding?
Yep. 2 dice take the highest.
You got it. All right. It's a 2.
Oh. Yep.
All right. What was
Rotoscope? I barely knew you.
What did you get?
It was a 2.
It was a 2. Rotoscope tries to jump. He was never the most physical of guys.
No, I know.
And he's just balls of light. But the balls of light go flying backwards when they try to get out of the van. They don't stay in place. They separate out. And all of a sudden you have a whole bunch of vehicles that had been on the side of the road are now painted with revolutionary messages and commentary, and you're very it's all of a sudden, oh, we're just amongst the revolutionaries of the under road, as opposed to the rest of it. The world changed yet again. Rotoscope himself, you all forgot him. He's gone. There's just suddenly revolutionary messages everywhere.
In the most Cade way, I'm gonna look at the messages and just sort of, oh.
All right, and you still have one gunman off after you, and the other one is riding on the ministry vehicles, which are catching up. What are you gonna do? This is on you, Lee. It's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna tell, if I want to get Sin to do something, could that be a consort? Because she's technically a consort.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna tell her, get in the van. Okay, go.
Roll your consort.
Okay. Come on. Go. Come on, you can do it. That's a 4, 5, 6. That's a 6. She's safely in.
Sin is in the,
if I blow up, at least she's safe. At least.
So now,
she jumps through and is back in the van. Safe and sound.
So we're moving to the next set of timers. We're going to start with you, Lee. In fact, what are you working on? Remember, the cops are almost on top of you. So the ministry is almost on top of you, and you have the gunmen that are still shooting at you.
Gotcha. I am going to plan is, if I can pull forward enough to get Cade a good shot into the car, to set him up to get into the vehicle, the van. And then I can, so if he can get in, and if I can use finesse to set it up so he can jump, and then slam the brakes and I don't know. From there, slam the brakes and have them wreck against this car. They're all safely in the van, and then the van can go forward and then ahead of us, and then me, and then I just catch up. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. First, Cade, I'm gonna pull.
So you need to roll finesse to pull off whatever it is you're trying to pull off, which would be maneuver the vehicle and cause a wreck behind you, followed by flames and explosions from the leaking fuel.
Right.
And get yourself in the van all simultaneously.
Gotcha.
That is an extremely hard roll.
Okay.
This is a challenge. Give it a shot.
Is there a way I can assist him in creating the fire and explosion that he was hoping to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where your desperate action comes in.
Okay.
Because you have no ticks left. You have to succeed on whatever he's trying to do for you guys to succeed.
Right.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, I can make something explode. It can explode a lot. I can do that.
Yeah.
So I can absolutely run wreck, or if I need to check another load to have further explosives, or tinker, I am happy to do
wreck. Is
if
perfect.
You can lob something at the cop car and then blow that, and then I can negotiate the car close enough to the van for us to bail while that's happening.
Exploding. We're gonna do the big explosions. We're gonna wreck.
I'll get the car in the right position to do it.
Okay.
And I am going to use my I think it's total dedication. So an additional die for the desperate action and -1 for any resistance.
All right. Give it a toss.
Here we go. 2 6s, a 3, and a 2.
2 6s, a
Sixes.
3, and a 2. That's a critical success. You got double 6s. What did you get, Lee?
I'm rolling this right now. One of them was a 5, so 5 and a 1, but a 5 is the...
Got a 5. So you pull off the maneuvering. The explosion is brilliant. And everything tumbles and explodes, and you're just shattering everything everywhere. And then the secondary explosion of the vehicle goes off as the two of you leap out of it, have just leapt out of it, and the explosion's flying forward. You land in the van and slam the door shut as you pull ahead and disappear off into the distance. Everything's destroyed and wrecked. And we'll move on to the second half of finding a buyer when we come back from our short break. I'm going to be right back myself. We'll go on break and we'll see everybody soon. About 10 minutes, I expect.
That's
See you in 10.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're going to do the second half of this. It's going to be a lot shorter. I can feel my migraine that I had earlier in the day coming back, so I'm going to go through this a lot faster than I would normally, because quite frankly, I love playing games and I want to keep playing them, but health comes first here. Health and safety always come first at All on the Table RPGs. Yes. And we believe that wholeheartedly. So we have just the finding a buyer rounds left. It's a very, very short clock. We're just going to do we're going to have 2 of those rounds are going to be locating a buyer, and no more than, and so instead of 6, we're cutting it to 4, 2 rounds finding and 2 rounds negotiating with the buyer. And so that's where we're at. And we're going to have everybody you can make group roles. Everybody can be involved in this. You make an argument for what your negotiating skill is. You all roll, and as a team, we take the highest result. And if all 3 of you successfully roll a 6, so you get 3 6s, that's an automatic critical success for the entire team. And if one of you just rolls 2, so like if any 3 6s across all 3 of you show up, that's a critical success. So,
okay.
We're just going to do that. A couple changes, just Jen being doing some homebrew on the fly and roll from here. So you do know you need to locate a buyer. There are some other teams out there other than Xantra Pharma, who you bought from or who you stole from. There's financial groups, the New Dawn faction, even maybe Phoenixes, who you already know and work with a little bit, might be willing to be one of your options. So all of you go ahead and roll for your first attempt to find a buyer phase. There might be some people out there, opposing you. So we got to see what comes up. Tell me what all of you get after you make your rolls.
Would consort work as a negotiation tactic? Cool.
Good.
That's my highest one. So
that seems so good.
Well, one of them is a 6, so let's start. Up consort. Been talking to some people. I know people. That's what I do. I know people.
Okay, Drew, what are you gonna roll?
I was trying to think about this. Like, in another world, I feel like Digby, my character, could sneak into somewhere, go through some paperwork, and see who would be a great buyer that's maybe kept under wraps. But I don't know if that fits for what we are actually doing together right now. So I might need a second to think.
I have sway.
Okay. Yeah.
which is great. And I was looking at the potential cohorts listed for the radical radical playbook, and it lists a firework technician Delian.
Okay.
And I was like, well, I've done really great job blowing stuff up with this so far. You should absolutely check this out.
Okay.
So I was gonna maybe reach out to him. I did roll a 6 and then 2 1s.
Okay, so we've got 2 6s on this. So you guys are doing really well on your on tracking down possible buyers for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other people are interested. I don't know what to tell you. Rotoscope loved it. You remember him? Me neither.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Oh, and I know a guy who owes this fireworks technician a favor, so I can pull some strings and like work an angle that way.
Dal, please, come on.
How Jen, I think I would use hunt. Carefully track a target. You might follow someone to discover their location. I think I'm generally using this for a buyer.
Sure. Go ahead.
Cool. Let me grab my dice. I'm gonna roll them. Double 2s.
But it's not you as a team. You succeeded. You got more successes than failures. So.
Sure.
You have tracked down, you've narrowed down your possible buyers. And what you have left is you're like, okay, so we've got this fireworks company that wants to make some very special explosions. And you've got some you've got one of the bigger factions that's highly interested in this. And very, very intrigued by the possibilities, having seen the amazing explosions that have happened already, what they could do with it. So you're going to narrow it down between these two with your second set of rolls. Everybody, you can roll the same thing if you want to complete everything here.
Talk to some of their people. Talk to some of the people who know their people.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. That is 2 6s on 3 dice, 2 6s. That's good, right? You got a 5.
It's 5. Yep.
Brew, you're muted.
No. Okay, now I'm not. I rolled. Oh my gosh, I don't remember what the bad one was. The bad one was a 3, but I also rolled a 6.
So you have critically succeeded. You are negotiating with the big faction. They're one of the big district, like we're talking big bosses that runs like 3 or 4 districts in the city. So you're thinking, hey, they've got more money. The fireworks guys, their offers are a little lower than what the big bosses are, offering. So we're going to go with them. And so now you get to negotiate. What are you going to use to negotiate with them?
I have some sway. Would consort work, or would you rather me do sway?
Sway might work a little better, but it's up to you. Which one do you think is going to be the best option for you?
I'm better at consort, about knowing who they know and laying out what their benefits are and our benefits are, and rather than interpersonal, rather than a face-to-face relations, it's more setting them up of what.
Okay, so you can roll your consort then. Brew, what are you going to roll?
Could I sneak into their offices and get some blackmail?
Sure.
I want to prowl.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, cool.
I have some good sway. So
should have gone with sway.
Or I can try to rig up a demonstration with either Rec or Tinker.
Rec would be, you could roll Rec
right.
for a demonstration of what you could do with it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, so everybody, you got a 5. What'd you get, Brew?
2 1s and a 2.
A 2.
I got 2 2s and a 1, so
Oh, matching.
Okay, so your demonstration succeeds. Your demonstration succeeds, but you're not, you're not finding the connections you were expecting to find, and you're not finding anything really in their known office spaces. So, it's not like something's missing. It's more like, oh, they just don't keep what I want here. So you didn't find what you were looking for, but you didn't have a super bad failure where, oh, yeah, I got caught. It's more you didn't find anything. But the demonstration went off without a hitch. And your critical success from before does carry forward and help you get through this negotiation a little smoother.
All right.
And so now we're going to go to second round of negotiations. The demonstration has been made. What do you do next?
I'm going to sway. I've got a good sway.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, you guys didn't find blackmail. They don't know anybody. Are you telling me this is a perfectly clean faction? Unacceptable. But I'm going to treat them with respect and try to be like,
okay,
big boom. I'm
tough
also
to
going
argue with.
I'm going to also roll sway because clearly consort didn't work. So I don't know if that'll.
You got a 6, Brew. What are you rolling?
Well, I think that I could give them some extra persuasion in a back alley. So I'm gonna roll skirmish.
Skirmish. You're gonna hold off somebody. You're gonna hold off somebody that would interrupt the negotiations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yep. And what did you get on your roll there, Lee?
6s. I should have used sway in the first place.
You got
6s.
2 6s?
6s.
Okay.
Critical success. That's so good. I got a 2 and a 6. I'll take the 6.
Got the 6. Okay. Well, you guys have a very successful negotiation. Due to having to use one of those 6s to cover the failures from the last round, you don't get as many extra die to roll your income. So, but you got 4 6s on this. That's a double critical. So you get to roll 4 dice to determine and keep 2 of them to determine how many stacks you got out of this financial negotiation. So, who's going to roll those for you?
Cade has been rolling well, but also so has Bernio.
I'll roll 2. How about we split it up? I'll roll 2.
Okay.
I'll roll 2 and 2.
Perfect. Yeah, you were hot rollers tonight, both of you.
I mean, I rolled snake eyes. I mean, it's 50-50.
That's true.
A 3 and a 5.
Okay.
I also went a 3 and a 5. That's
hey!
That's 2 5s. You get 10 stacks out of this.
10 stacks.
Which is way more than you ever expected to get out of a partial canister. But you think that the demonstration really, really helped because they got to see how it worked. And so you've gotten through everything. And how this kind of works is now that you've done that, you have a connection with these big bosses who might be helpful for you, who might give you more jobs in the future. You might have a correction in reality and have to run afoul of the original buyer who hired you for this and no longer exists, but does. So something, because maybe reality only changed in your vicinity and didn't change everywhere.
Ooh, that's a thought.
And will you existing? That's not my fault.
And if you and what will and what future version of your characters that you saw might come to pass? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. And how will reality be altered when more explosions happen using this anywhere this faction maybe does some explosions, right? If they use it as a bomb making material. So there's a lot of possibilities for a campaign in this. We've only done 2 of the 4 basic cold opens for this. And I think personally, you could have a lot of any movie you can find that has a cold open in it from the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, TV shows, all kinds of things could be done like this. And I love it. And I kind of think I might run a few more one shots or maybe even a short campaign, 3 or 4 session campaign. Once the backer kit or Kickstarter is done, go do follow the project to check it out before launch. I think it says it's like 7 days from launch technically, but it only runs for like 4 weeks. So as soon as it's out, make sure you're following and finding out. So I want to thank you all. I apologize we're done a little early. I'm not feeling great today, so I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Love you all. Thanks for watching. I am going to send us over because I'm pretty sure she's still running. If you want to watch some more gaming, we're going to go see Scarlett, who is one of our who I follow, and she's excellent. And she's running some Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder right now. So have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
Okay, raid is underway. It should be anyway.
Raid.
I hope. Oh, we were unable to raid. Why? Why was I unable to raid? Let me try again.
Oh no, it says she's on. If Scarlet with an X in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah, she says she's on.
Must be something wrong. I can't raid. So adios, everybody. Do check out Scarlett's channel. But otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.